Hi, welcome to class today. We are going to be doing a gentle back to basics class. So maybe you've been out of practice for a little while, maybe you're just coming back into practice after surgery or injury. Whatever it is, we're going to go nice and slow. Always listen to your body, and if you need to, check with your doctor first. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start seated, using a blanket to lift my hips up a little bit. Feel free to join me if you choose. As you settle in wherever you are, maybe eyes closed, and just begin to notice your breath. Working with your breath is a great way to come back to your practice. It's a great way to start to feel those benefits of relaxation, of presence, of awareness in just the first couple minutes. If you'd like to bring the breath in a little bit deeper, inhaling, filling up belly, ribs, and chest. And exhale, letting everything go. Good, let's do it a few more times. Inhale nice and full. Exhale, let it all out. Good, one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Wonderful. Good, so as we start to bring back some gentle movement to the body, again, I encourage you to listen to the body to see what feels good for you today. This might be different than your practice was a few months ago, a few weeks ago, a few days ago. So listen to the needs of this day's body. On the inhale, hands can lift. If it isn't comfortable to bring the arms overhead, just pause at the arms like a T. If it feels okay to reach the arms overhead, maybe feel that little stretch side to side. Good, we're gonna come into a side stretch. So take that right hand down, left arm reaches up and over. Open up through that side body. Good, bring it back to center and we'll switch other side. Very good, bring it back to center. Let's find a twist. Stay nice and tall. Take the hands over towards that right side. And breathe. That breath is going to be our anchor today. So anytime you notice your mind kind of wandering or you're holding your breath, come back again to that inhale and exhale. Good. Let's switch it out. Other side. Just twist to the left. Nice. Unwind yourself, bring it back to center. We're going to come into some cat and cow movement. Let me turn sideways so you can see what's happening here. On the inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, lift up through the chest, open up through the front of the body here. On the exhale, we'll start to tilt the pelvis back, round the spine, round the shoulders. Chin might go towards the chest. Let's do it again. Tilt the pelvis forward, lift up through the chest, open up. Exhale, round the spine. Good. One more time. Open it up. And exhale, round. Good. Back to center. We'll start with some gentle movement of the head side to side. So take your chin to your chest and just start to bring the head slowly side to side. Good. Sometimes we hold tension in the jaw and the shoulders. Starting to let some of that go. As your head moves to the right, we'll take a pause on that side. Left fingertips can reach down. Wonderful. Slowly switch. Take your head to the left. Right fingertips can reach down. A few breaths on this side. Very good. Slowly bring everything back to center. Roll those shoulders up and back again. Good. We're going to start with a little bit of shoulder movement, shoulder mobility. Take the arms out to the sides. Elbows can always be a little bent here. We're going to start with the palms flat, so palms facing towards the floor. And then we're going to turn the thumbs up and maybe palms up. Good. Then we're going to turn the palms down, maybe thumbs down. So just opening up that shoulder and then taking those thumbs down, kind of rolling that shoulder forward a little bit. Good, a couple more times. If you feel like making that movement a little bit bigger, maybe you bend the elbows, lift the chest. And as you round, maybe you round that upper back a little bit. Good, open it up. And round it. Whatever movement feels good for you. One more time. Open it up. And then round. Good. Float those hands down, roll the shoulders up and back again. Nice. We're going to come to our tabletop shape. So hands are going to be underneath shoulders, knees are underneath hips. If knees are super sensitive and having pressure on the knees doesn't feel great for you, you can do this standing with your hands on a coffee table or a chair, something like that. Good. Spread through those fingers. So really press into the knuckles. We want that weight to be spread out and not just on the wrist. Inhale, we'll tilt the pelvis again. Lengthen through the front of the body. Another cow pose here. Exhale, round the spine into your cat. Good. Let's do it a couple more times. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Keep that breath going. One more time. Nice. And round. Good. Take that right foot. Bring it back behind you. Tuck the toes. Feel that good stretch through the bottom of the foot, maybe into the calf. If you'd like, right glute squeezes to lift the right heel. If you want to add balance, take that left hand. Maybe walk it just a little bit forward. You can also reach it forward. Good. 2 more breaths here. Nice. Take that left hand down. We're going to bring that right foot to the outside of the right hand. So if you happen to have some yoga blocks or anything like that and you want to use them, now's a great time, especially if bringing the hands all the way to the mat doesn't feel like you have enough freedom of movement. So hands can come onto the block and we're going to stir that knee around. Doesn't matter which direction you start. We're going to do both. So stir it, stir it. Good. And then stir the other direction. Couple more breaths. Stir it around. Nice. Then we're going to come to a pause. Hands can stay right where they are, keeping the chest towards the short side of the mat. If you want to move into a twist, left hand's going to come either to the block or the mat, right hand to that right thigh. And we're just going to open that chest, twisting first from the belly, then the chest, then maybe the head. Good. And if you want to reach that arm back. So get a little more opening here through that right shoulder, right chest. Nice job. One more breath. Take up all the space. Good. Slowly release. Take that right foot back to meet the left. A few different options here. If hips and knees feel ready, you can come into your child's pose. Maybe forehead rests on block or hands or mat. If hips and knees don't quite feel ready for that, maybe you take the forearms down to the mat and just keep the hips lifted into your forearm tabletop. Good. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Nice. Find your way back up to your tabletop shape. I'm just going to switch directions here so you can see me a little bit better, but you can stay right where you are. Take that left foot, bring it back behind you, tuck the toes under. Press through the heel. Very nice. From here, use those left glutes to lift the left heel. Right hand can stay where it is. It can walk a little forward. It can reach forward. Breathe. Try to feel like you can get as long as possible from right fingertips to left heel. Keep that breath going. If you're feeling a little shaking, that's great. We're working on all that core stabilizing. Good. Right hand's going to come down, left foot to the outside of the left hand. Again, if you want to add in some blocks, go for it. And we'll make those big knee stirs again here. Good. A few more times in this direction. And then stir the other way. Good. 2 more times around. Nice. We'll add a twist if you want. So find that place to pause. If you want to twist, right hand stays on the block or the mat, left hand to that left thigh, belly, then chest, then head can turn towards the left. And if you choose, maybe that left arm reaches away. Good. A few breaths wherever you are. Wonderful. Slowly unwind. Find your way back to center. Bring that left foot back to meet the right. Same options as before. Maybe it's that forearm tabletop shape. Maybe it's a child's pose. If you want to come into downward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find your way. 5 breaths wherever you want to be. Wonderful. On the inhale, we're going to come to meet at the front of the mat. So feet can walk to hands, hands can walk to feet. We're going to come into our forward fold. Head, it can be really heavy here. Maybe those shoulders get a little shimmy. On the inhale, keep the knees a little bent if they aren't already. Coming up to shins or thighs. So hands come to shins or thighs. Really trying to find that long back. So feel the belly hug in a little bit. Nice long low back especially. Good. 1 more breath. Exhale, we're going to fold again. Bend the knees as much as you want. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. So press those heels down. Hands can reach out, maybe overhead if that's okay for shoulders. Exhale, bring the hands down in prayer in front of the heart. Very nice. Let's start with a little bit of balance. You can always use a wall or a chair if that feels more stable for you. We're going to start to take the weight to the right foot. So right foot comes down to the mat, left toes touch. Good. Arms can always come out to the side to start out. If you want, maybe lift that knee. Let me turn sideways here so you can see. You got it. So options for arms out wide in prayer. You can even reach those hands up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbows, whatever feels good. We're going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Right foot is down, left foot is lifted. Finding that balance. You got it. Good. We're going to take a big step back with that left foot and come into your warrior 2. Right knee is going to be bent. Left leg is going to be long. Maybe take a look down, see if your front heel can kind of come right to the center of your back foot. So kind of right to the arch. That's how we're lining things up a little bit. Shoulders are stacked over hips. So it doesn't really matter how far you bend your knee. That's up to you, wherever you're at today. Just try to keep your knee working towards the pinky toe side of the foot. The knee likes to kind of fall in towards center here. So use those outer hips, outer glutes to strengthen. Arms can reach out if you choose. Maybe you gaze over those right fingertips. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. So if you're coming back to your practice for the first time in a little while, this might feel more challenging than it used to, and that's okay. This is where we build strength. This is where we build resilience. You got it. One more breath. Nice. Arms soften, straighten the leg. Turn the toes towards the long side of the mat. Good. Let me turn around here, where you're going to roll your shoulders up and back. Maybe hold on to wrists. Maybe you hold on to your shirt. If you've got a yoga strap, you can use that. You can also clasp the hands together. So we're just going to take a moment here, opening up through chest and shoulders. Legs are wide. Good. Nice. Bring the arms out to the sides like a big T. Take your right arm crossed over the left. Give yourself a good hug. Nice. Good. Unwrap that. Take those arms wide again. Nice big stretch. Other arm on top. So left arm on top this time. Nice big hug. Good. Spread those arms out wide. Hands to the hips. Lift up nice and tall. Exhale, start to fold. Hands can come to thighs, shins. If you got that block handy, you can use it. If you want to bring fingertips to the mat, you can do that too. Breathe. 2 more breaths here. Nice. Bend the knees, hands to thighs or hips. Slowly press into those heels to rise back up. Good. You're going to turn back again towards the front of your mat. Take a big step forward. We'll meet again in our Tadasana or our mountain pose. Feel those heels press down. Center of the chest lifts towards the sky. If you want, inhale, hands lift. Exhale, hands in prayer. Good. I'm going to switch sides of my mat, but you're going to stay right where you are in the front. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, hands in prayer. We're going to take our weight to the left foot now. Right toes touch, right foot lifts. Take those arms wherever you feel most steady. Good. That's it. Maybe here, maybe here. This side will probably be different than the first side. So maybe you need a little more support. Maybe you feel like you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. Doesn't really matter to me. This is all about you. Good. 2 more breaths. Nice. Take a big step back with that right foot. We're going to find our warrior 2 on this side. Let's start again with that alignment. That front heel meets the arch of the back foot. That front knee is bent and working out towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Shoulders stacked over hips, arms out wide. Gaze can be over left fingertips if that feels okay for the neck. And we're going to breathe. A wonderful benefit of our yoga practice, especially when we're doing more challenging shapes, is we're putting ourselves into a challenging position, right? And we're learning how to breathe through those challenging times. We're learning how to look at our thoughts and maybe find some more encouraging thoughts, or just noticing what's happening in your mind when you go through challenges. This is just a prep for life. And 2 more breaths here. Keep that breath going. Shoulders can soften, jaw can soften. Good. Relax those arms down. Straighten that left leg. Turn the toes towards the long side of the mat. Roll the shoulders up and back. Good. We're going to do that same clasp as we did last time. So maybe you hold a wrist. Maybe you hold your shirt, yoga strap, or clasp the fingers together. Feet are going to be wide. Good. 1 more breath. Nice. We're going to take those arms out wide again. Right arm's going to come on top. You can stay here in this nice big hug, or if you can move towards an eagle arm variation. So keeping those elbows stacked on top of each other, maybe you hook fingers together, maybe you bring the palms towards each other. If that bothers the shoulder or elbows for any reason, go back to that nice big hug. Okay, take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Breath is key. That's our anchor. Good. Release and just shake it out. Shaking is a great way to relieve tension. Nice. Arms out wide again. Now we're going to take left arm on top. Again, maybe it's a big hug. Maybe you work towards an eagle arm shape on this side. This side might need something different. So be a listener. Breathe. You got it. One more breath. Nice. Unwind your arms. Give it a good little shake. Turn those toes out towards the corners of your mat. Bend the knees. Hands come to the thighs. Let's drop a shoulder. Bring it back to center. Drop the other one. Good. One more each side. Back to center and drop. Back to center and drop. Nice. Come back to center. Press into the heels. Rise back up. Shoulders roll up and back. We're going to step again towards the front of the mat. Turn towards that short side. Step that back foot all the way forward. We'll meet again in Tadasana. Roll those shoulders up and back. Inhale, hands can lift. Exhale, hands in prayer. Good. We're going to move through a very gentle vinyasa to come to seated. If you don't want to do that, you can just meet us in a seated position. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, bend the knees and slowly fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Feel that belly lift towards the spine. Exhale, we're going to start to step the feet back. Maybe to a plank with knees up. Maybe a half plank with knees down. Again, press into the knuckles. Spread that weight out so it's not just on the wrists. And slowly lower down. Good. On your inhale, we'll come into a little baby cobra. So hands are under the shoulders, legs are strong and long. And maybe just take the chest a little off the mat. Opening up through the front of the body, finding some strength in those back muscles. Good. One more breath. Nice. Soften back down. And we're going to press up and back. So you can either come into a downward facing dog, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, or keeping the knees on the mat and coming into a child's pose. 5 more breaths wherever you want to be. Good. 2 more breaths here. Wonderful. However you want to get there, we're going to meet again in a seated position. Maybe you add that blanket underneath you. Whatever makes you feel most supported. We'll take the shoulders up and back again. Good. If it feels okay, let's bring the soles of the feet together. They don't have to be super close to you. They can be a bit farther away. Again, whatever feels best for knees and hips. We'll start with a little stir. So just stirring that torso. It doesn't matter which direction, we're going to go both ways. This helps to get into hips and low back a little bit more. Good. And then stir the other way. Nice. Couple more times around. Next time you come forward, we'll take a pause. Hands can rest on legs, floor, feet. If you're okay with touching your own feet, you can even give your foot a little rub. That can feel pretty nice. Especially if you're just now getting back into your practice and your feet are kind of doing a little more work than they've been doing. Give them a little rub. It's always nice. Good. One more breath. Nice. Find your way back up. Take the outsides of the thighs, bring those knees back to center. Walk the feet forward a little bit and a little bit wider than the hips. My hands are gonna rest back. I'm gonna kind of lean back on my hands. And you can turn the hands in whatever direction feels good for your wrists. So with those feet again a little wider than the knees, we're just gonna rock the knees side to side. Wider than the hips, that's what I mean. Good. Knees go side to side. Good. One more each way. Wonderful. Come back to center and we'll make our way all the way down to the mat. Back comes to the floor. Take a couple breaths once you get there. If you'd like, knees can come into the chest. Give yourself a little bit of rock here. Massage that low back some. Good. And then finding your most comfortable shape for Shavasana, for final relaxation. Maybe knees stay bent, maybe legs go long. You can rest on your side, you can stay seated, whatever feels right for you. Find your way there and take in a few settling breaths. Long, slow inhale and long, slow exhale. Eyes can close if you choose. Inviting your awareness back to that gentle flow of breath. Maybe you allow that exhale to be a little longer than the inhale. Encouraging your nervous system to settle. And rest. Slowly bringing your awareness back, feeling the breath move in the body. Maybe bend the knees, bring a little movement back. And eventually we'll meet together again in a seated position. One final breath together. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, hands can come in prayer in front of the heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this practice and you want more, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I'm always looking for requests. So if there's something in particular you'd like to work on, make sure you comment and let me know. Thanks for being here.